Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to this special video. So, 2022, it's drawing to a close. I thought it'd be time for us to, get together my favourite films of this year. So, it's a top 10 and it's not been easy, but I've managed to round up to 10 movies and we've got some honourable mentions in there that I'll throw in as well. So, yeah, so this is my top 10 best movies of 2022 from all genres, not just horror, but comedy, sci-fi, action, all that. So let's do it. So before we go in there, let's give out my honourable mentions, because I do have a few, and they are Bullet Train, surprising hit with Brad Pitt. I wasn't meant to rhyme, with an all-star supporting cast with him on board this one. On board again, no pun intended. But it was a fun flick. Another one is Black Adam, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, doing what he does best, action and being cool, but playing an anti-hero, with, again, a supporting, well-known cast. Another one is Nope. Jordan Peele strikes again with a surprising sci-fi hit. Another one is Prey. The Predator franchise is back on track. We get it as a prequel. And again, a surprise hit. Well, surprise hit to me. Another one, Smile. This did put a smile on my face, because it was a good one. Another one, Hocus Pocus 2. I thought it would be too late to make a sequel to this 1993 Halloween classic, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And then, most recently, Violent Night. Home Alone meets Die Hard meets Bad Santa. David Harbour. One of the best Santas I've seen in a while in a film. So, top 10 time now. So, coming in at number 10 is Lightyear. Basically, you've seen Toy Story. This was like, the film that was based off the toy in the movie Toy Story, where I don't know why they didn't get Tim Allen back, but Chris Evans, I guess, was okay. This was an okay film, it was a good sit through, and I did enjoy it, seeing, Buzz Lightyear, thinking, will they do Woody next as a film? At number 9 is Scream. Yes, the franchise that I lost my horror movie virginity to is back. And Scream, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I love that we got the old cast back with some new members as well. New cast members, new characters, new generation for all. It was a fun one. And it was a good way to start the year in probably horror movies, I gotta say. But this is one of my best horror movies of the year. Another one, number 8, is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, this one I thought was slightly better than the first one. I feel it had everything the first film was missing, including Tails and Knuckles. And we get Jim Carrey back as Robotnik, a bit more accurate this time with the bald head and the wacky tash. But yeah, Jim Carrey did a good performance too as the villainous Robotnik, or Eggman as he was referred to by Sonic. And yeah, James Marsden as well as a supporting character. Idris Elba as Knuckles, voicing him. Really good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun sequel that I didn't mind watching twice. Number 7 is Jurassic World Dominion. So the Jurassic World trilogy came to an end and we got the return of Sam Neill, Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum, this time mixing with great Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. The old generation of characters mixing with the new generation of casts. This just reminded us that Jurassic Park is still very canon in the franchise. And I liked how it ended. It was a good ending, and basically I don't see the need to make any more of these movies. Let the Jurassic franchise become extinct now. No requels or anything like that. The Jurassic World trilogy has been a fun trilogy. But, let's leave it there, shall we? 6 films I feel is enough for this series. So, number 6, it is Thor Love and Thunder. Thor, the only Avenger as of far to have a fourth solo movie. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy featured in there as well around the beginning. We got, a good storytelling from Korg, played by director Taika Waititi. This was a fun one, a fun Thor film. Christian Bale as the villain, Gore the God Butcher. A villain I can understand, and a villain, that I can get on board with, but not the way how he goes about his cause. But it was still an enjoyable little film. Had a good killer soundtrack as well from Guns N' Roses and other rock anthems. Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. Good conclusion to the whole love story between Thor and Jane. I like that we got Natalie Portman back, and I like the little post-credit scene cameo from an old face we got too, which I thought was very good. Number 5, again, the MCU, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This was, again, an enjoyable watch. I definitely didn't see that where Scarlet Witch would be the villain. They definitely kept that hidden well in the trailers. But Benedict Cumberbatch returns as Doctor Strange. We get to see him go through multiverses. We get some old faces as well as new faces back, including Patrick Stewart as Xavier. And we get John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, as some fan service there, but it's very unlikely he'll be returning again for the Marvel Studios Fantastic Four. But yeah, an enjoyable flick and a great way to kick off our MCU movies. Coming in at number 4 is The Black Phone. One of the best horrors of this year. Ethan Hawke playing a bad guy, a villain. Again, Scott Derrickson, who directed the first Doctor Strange, and gets back with Ethan Hawke from Sinister, and they both make this good horror flick, based on a short story by Stephen King's son Joe Hill. Number 3 is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So I did not know how they were going to do this one without the late Chadwick Boseman. Of course, you know the story now, but they blew me away with it. They respected Chadwick Boseman's character. They did good, I think, by not recasting him, and how they handled it was good. I knew who the next Black Panther would be. I also like that we got Namor in this, a villain with a justifiable motive, but not how he goes about it is agreeable. But Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, great way to end the fourth phase of the MCU. Next, at number 2 is probably one of my favourite horrors of this year, and that is Barbarian. Bill Skarsgård, a woman, Justin Long and Richard Brake. Yeah, good horror movie. Still fresh to me, and I'd say check it out. But my number 1 movie of this year, it is The Batman. Yes, The Batman. This movie was 3 hours long, but it didn't feel that long because it just flew by for me. Robert Pattinson, I didn't know if he could do it or not. He proved me wrong. He delivered greatly as Batman. I like how they did the detective aspect of Batman in this. I mean, I did go in expecting a superhero action flick, but then it turned out it was more of a detective crime thriller, which I didn't mind. I loved the reimagining they did on the Riddler. I made that my Halloween costume this year. And Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I mean, you wouldn't know that's him unless someone told you. Some people I know who were watching were like thinking, hang on, Colin Farrell was in that film. I said, yeah, he was the Penguin. And, Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, Catwoman, she too was great. Andy Serkis was alright as Alfred. I liked Jeffrey Wright as as Jim Gordon. He wasn't quite the commissioner yet. But, yeah. This is probably one of my favourite retellings on Batman in a very, very long time. And a sequel is happening in 2025, I think, or 2024. A sequel's definitely happening, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they could do there. Especially with that teaser they did towards the end when the Riddler is locked away in Arkham. But yeah, The Batman is probably my favourite film of this year. So there you have it. My top 10 movies of 2022. How would you rank them? What are your favourites of this year? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross and this has been my top 10 favourite movies of 2022. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends, goodbye.